So after we have done the artwork part, right? So now a very small topic. What is land acquisition? For constructing the road, obviously we have to acquire some land. Sometimes we have to acquire from some public people. They own the property. The government and the department will pay them and acquire the land, right? And then we will have to make embankments on the road, right? Now for that, we will have to borrow some land from nearby areas so that we can have an embankment 1 meter high, 2 meter high, whatever is the requirement. So in case of land acquisition, there are two types of land acquisition. For a new road to be constructed, the location where the road will be, that land is, that land is permanent land, okay? Because it is permanently taken at that location, we will have one road. Now this is permanent land acquisition. It is the road itself, okay? Then for constructing the embankment, we will need some extra earth material, some soil we will need, and that we will take from borrow pits. We will dig some borrow pits nearby and bring in the soil and put it in our embankment. So that is temporary land acquisition. Okay. Generally, the depth of borrow pits is 30 centimeter or 1 feet generally. But if the land is costly, if land is not available nearby properly, then we can go deeper also. There is no restriction, but generally it is kept as 30 centimeter if there are available land. But nowadays, obviously, it is going deeper. We won't find only 30 centimeter, right? The borrow pits. Now, we have one question. Easy concept, right? Very easy concept. We have to acquire land, obviously. One is permanent acquisition and one is temporary acquisition. Permanent one is the road itself, and from the temporary one is for the embankment construction and etc. etc. And it is done by digging borrow pits nearby. Now the question we have, find the area of temporary land acquisition. Find out the temporary land that will be required for 1 kilometer of length. Okay, we are given some data and we have to mention the width that will be required for the temporary land acquisition side of the road for embankment etc. purposes. Now the data that are provided, formation width is given 10 meter, height of the bank, that is the embankment, it is given, side slopes are given, and depth of borrow pit is given 30 centimeter. Now, first of all, we have to find out what is the amount of earth that we require in the embankment. Remember this formula from the earlier calculation? So this is the road embankment this way. We are trying to find out what is the earth required. First, we are finding out this rectangular portion. Then we are finding out the triangular portion, what is the area. Then we add them up, we get the total cross-sectional area, and then we multiply with the length of the road, we get the total volume of earthwork involved. Very simple. So embankment, width of embankment 10 meter is given, height is 1.5 meter that is given, slope is 2:1 given, and this height is again given, and 1000 for 1 kilometer. So we get this much cubic meter of earth will be required. And that same amount is to be borrowed, right? That is the earth required for embankment. So that is the land we have to bring in from the borrow pits. So this 19,500 cubic meter divided by the depth of the borrow pit will be the how much area we have to excavate. The depth is mentioned, the depth is fixed. So the volume divided by depth, meter cube divided by meter, we will get some square meter. The area we will get, how much area we have to excavate, we have to use as borrow pit. This is the value. And we know that 10,000 square meter makes 1 hectare. So this is 6.5 hectares. Then we want to find out the width. Now the length of the road is 1,000 meter. Therefore, we will be doing borrow pits on the side of the road. And what will be the area? We already know 65,000 square meter divided by 1,000 meter. That means 65 meter. We will need, first we found the area. We know the length of the road is 1 kilometer. So on the side of the road, we have to have a total of 65 meter width borrow pit with depth 0.3 meter or 30 centimeter. Then we will get this much earth that is required. Now on the both side we will do the excavation. So one side will be 65 by 2 and the other side it will be 65 by 2. So this much area will be required as borrow pits from where the earth will come to the main road for embankment purpose. Done. Very easy. After that, we will go to another numerical. Now in this one, we are asked to prepare a detailed estimate for the construction of a new state highway 1 kilometer length. Formation width is given, average height is given, side slope is given 2:1. Always remember it will be horizontal is to vertical. The metal width is given, that is where you will have these asphalt and tar and metal, proper metal, that is given 3.7 meter. Then what are the codes required, then what is the painting required, all those specifications are given to us. We have to do the detailed estimation. The cross section is given to us. Okay. The embankment here is 4 meter. That is the preparation of the subgrade. That is 4 meter. The total land, permanent land acquired is 30 meter. Here, this is the side slope. The embankment starts here. This is the side slope. Then we have some brickwork here on the sides. And then we have this main road here. Okay. The specifications are mentioned. First coat of painting, second coat of painting, etc., etc., are mentioned, and accordingly we have to do our estimation. Now, what is the first thing we need to do for this preparation of road? We have to do surveying, we have to do tugging, etc. Surveying, we already know we have to do survey, we have to do leveling, etc., and we will have to fix the center line of the road. And those center lines are to be marked with some items. And that is doubling. We are marking the center line of the road to be constructed with the help of surveying. The surveying and doubling work are to be done for 1,000 meter. Very easy. Permanent land acquisition. How much land we will have to acquire? 1,000 meter is the length of the road that is given to us. 30 meter is what? 30 meter is this one. Permanent land width. This much land we will have to take for the construction of the road. So 1,000 meter multiplied by this 30 meter, 30,000 square meter. That 30,000 is divided by 10,000 square meter, makes it 3 hectares of land we have to acquire for the purpose of this road construction. Remember, 10,000 square meter is 1 hectare. Then artwork in embankment. Now again the same formula. How much artwork will be required in the embankment? That same formula. The formation width is given, height is given, average height is mentioned, so that we do not have to do any further calculation. And total length will be obviously 1,000 meter for 1 kilometer. If we do this, we come to this point and see that we require 12,000 cubic meters of land in the embankment. Now, from the previous problem, we know that if this much embankment soil is required, then that is the same amount of artwork we will be requiring for temporary land acquisition, obviously. This is the soil required in the embankment. So this is the soil we have to bring in by digging borrow pits. Land acquisition, how much we have to do? Same as the artwork in embankment, 12,000 cubic meter we have to do. Area of land, we are considering 30 centimeter depth. So this much area we will require. Further, if I want to say that how much is the width of land we will be requiring by the side of the road, it becomes 20 meter. Okay, it is same, exactly same as the above numerical. Then turfing. Okay, remember turfing? So we have to do plantation on this side of the slope. So there we are doing turfing. What is that? Area. This was the formula. So first what we did, we found this grade, this sloping grade. Okay, that is h into root over s square plus 1. We get the sloping grade. We multiply the sloping grade with the length of the road. We get the area on one side. But obviously there are two sides. Another side for that side also. The same calculation. So we multiply it by 2. And we get the total area in square meter where we will have to do the turfing work. Fine. Then the next step is metalling. We have to do this metalling work. We have to provide these subgrade boulders, ballast, etc. So what we have to do there? So this is the cross section that we are provided with. The preparation has to be done here. Okay, preparation of the subgrade is here in 4 meter width. So what we are doing, preparation of subgrade. So this much subgrade we have to prepare for applying the aggregates. We will provide aggregates or ballast there. So we have to prepare there. We have to compact that much area. We have to use rollers required, etc., etc. We will compact it. We'll strengthen it. That's it. So 1,000 meter is the length. 4 meter is the width. This much square meter. And then we have to provide a soiling coat. Before we apply the actual layers, we have to provide a soiling coat. In building also we do soiling. If you remember, you know already these things already. Pretty easy, basic things, right? So initially we are doing one soiling. Over that we will apply our layers of coat. Layers or coat of this ballast and what do I say? Stone ballast. Okay, stone ballast of different sizes that are provided to us that will come over this soiling. So length is same, the breadth is same. What is the height? This height we will get from the cross section. This is mentioned here that this is 15 centimeter. Okay, and then over that what we are mentioned that intercoat, the lower layer, 50 centimeter goes 12 centimeter to 8 centimeter. So initially we have to calculate material for 12 centimeter, then that will be compacted and will be final thickness will be 8 centimeter. Then there is another layer over that is top coat. Here we will be using 40 mm gauze stone ballast, and this is also same. We have 12 centimeter thick layer initially, then it is compacted and made 8 centimeter. So this is the value. Then we have to mix these stone boulders with sandy soil, which is exactly the same amount. This would have been same. So this is exactly same as the above criteria. So this is the actual stones required. The length is 1000 meter of intercoat, and we have top coat. Intercoat 50 gauze stone ballast. 1000, sorry, its height or depth, it is mentioned that it has to be 12 centimeter. Then it is to be compacted. So we will consider 12 centimeter only, and we will find out how much cubic meters of material we require. Then the filler materials, the same as above. Then on the top coat, we will have stone ballast 40 size. Everything is same, length is same, breadth is same, the height is also same, because it is also mentioned here that the top coat is also to be 12 centimeter loose layer, then compacted to 8 centimeter. Fine. So we get the same value. Okay. Then this, for laying and consolidation, we will need this filler material, which is considered as same as the above. Then finally, we have to do surfacing. It is called painting or backtopping or surfacing. There are some names which means the same thing. Okay. Generally, we will call it surfacing. So we have to do surfacing or surface dressing. So we are supposed to do two coat here for the first coat. Now this is mentioned to us that we have to do this. If we go back to our question, then we will see that this is mentioned. Okay, this specification is mentioned. What it says that we have to use stone grit 20 gauze at the rate 1.35 cubic meter per square meter. So we have to find out what is the area of the road. The area we have to find out, and then this rate is given to us at the rate per percentage square meter. 1000 meter length, 3.75 meter, 3.70 meter breadth. That will give us the total area of the road, right? The area of the road on the top. Then this one at the rate of 1.35 percentage. So 1.35 divided by 100 is to be makes it cubic meter. This much of work will be required. Then there are bindings at the rate of 20 kg per percentage square meter. Again, we are finding out the area of the road surface, and 220 divided by 100, this much into tons. Okay, so laying work, we have to do this laying work, this much square meter on the road surface. That is the on the road, we have to lay this material. So that is laying work. We have to do it in the 3.70 meter. Then finally, we have another code, second code. In the second code, it is mentioned that we are using 12 gauze at the rate of 0.75 cubic meter percentage square meter. Okay, that means we will have to again find out the area of the road surface, which is exactly same, 1000 multiplied by 3.7, and then this value 0.75 divided by 100. Why? Because it is mentioned in percentage, and we will get the cubic meter. Then binding asphalt is there. Everything is same. It is mentioned at 120 kg per percentage square meter. So that is why 120 divided by 100, and we get how much kg, how much stones. And laying work here in this area. Okay, so that's it. Again, very simple. We just have to look at our diagram, and then we have to go through the specifications that are provided to us, and then do the calculation. So with this, I end today's class.